8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good. Under here. Roll under the base. Good job.
That lawnmower, that's that. Start that.
I made the decision to train in DC because, I haven't been in.
New video of Gervonta Davis at training camp was just made public by Prime TV right after the news of his rematch with Lamont Roach. Gervonta Davis has jumped right in and into the gym right away. And guess what? Tank Davis is back in the gym with his coach, Calvin Ford. Given how poorly Gervonta Davis played in the one game Calvin Ford wasn't coaching him or in his training camp, it was always obvious that he should be brought check. Calvin Ford has assumed his proper place in order to prevent similar accidents.
I made the decision to train in DC because, I haven't been in the coldness in a minute. I haven't even trained in the coldness in a minute, so I feel as though this will help me. I'm from Baltimore. He's not from DC. That's what I learned. I thought he was from DC too. DC my second home. I've been coming up here since I was 9 years old, even younger. So I'm not really trying to get in his personal business.
Gervonta Davis started the video by undergoing rigorous training to regain his strength. Tank is notorious for not being very interested in muscle building and weightlifting because he believes it slows down combatants. He once made fun of one of his rivals.
We did how many rounds? We probably did at least like 8 straight.
Yeah, but you in the bad for about 8 too?
Yeah.
You're not in bad shape.
Yeah. I just got to pick up my round.
Yeah.
However, he has made the decision to put on some weight and gain muscle after realizing how ineffectual his punches were against Lamont Roach. The video then demonstrated how he would often begin a typical day by jogging in the early hours of the morning. He would then calm off, eat breakfast, and prepare for the workday. After that, his day consists of shadowboxing, sparring, mitt practice, and targeted instruction on head movements and speed punches. Given that he lost a boxing record he had worked for over 30 fights in the first leg, it is obvious that Gervonta Davis is not taking this battle lightly.
Come on.
Davis seems to be taking things much more seriously than he did in the previous bout as he gets ready for his impending test in the gym. The explanation is not implausible. One of the most intense boxing contests of 2025 took place between the Baltimore champion and his next opponent, Lamont Roach. And since he has already done so, Lamont Roach is the fighter who will put his weapons and his willpower to the test. Gervonta Davis recently made a startling admission about himself when he stated that his greatest fear is being made fun of and humiliated by boxing fans, similar to the kind of jeering he received after taking a knee against Lamont Roach on March 1st.
Catch the rip, baby. Catch the rip, baby. Dad with this shit.
House, where it goes up, come down.
He has also persuaded Calvin Ford, who first met him as a young lad and taught him the science of boxing till he became a world champion, to put him through training sessions once more in order to prevent that kind of error.
Maybe 2 or 3 times. Tank being the winner. They sparred a few times. Tank got the best of the sparring. They just bigger and stronger now, older.
Now, it's some word out there that Lamont...
During an interview with Fight Hype, Ford mentioned their prior encounters and conflicts. The coach, who is from Baltimore, also acknowledged that Roach put up a fierce battle and pushed the button, giving Tank the upper hand, as the boxing community anticipates a tremendous response from him. He said that they had known one another since the amateur days. complete with silver gloves. They were raised together. Everyone is discussing all of it. Why Roach? Because he stood up for what was right and it benefits the community. He and Roach fought back and forth and other things. Roach is coming to fight, so it's going to be a fairly interesting fight. It's a fantastic fight, in my opinion.
Older.
Now, it's some word out there that Lamont say, you know, he got some film that don't make Tank look too good. What could that? How could that affect, you know, the outcome on December 14th?
Shit, man. Tank, last 4 or 5 opponents all had film like about how they beat him up in spawn. If that's the case, that shit happened. But fight now.
Ford said it would be an interesting battle because Roach, who was known for being a good fighter, never avoided confrontations and would always show up to fight. At first, the fans had different opinions because this is the 3rd time the World Boxing Association champion has defended his gold belt by picking a battle with a fighter from a lesser level. People will act in that way. Fans act in this way. Ford criticized fans for condemning fighters when they take particular opponents, saying they give bad critique. This is especially true when the fighters do it frequently throughout their careers, as Tank Davis has done. I recall the time when everyone suggested that I allow Pitbull and Tank to fight once more. They were discussing that when he suddenly won the light welterweight title from the World Boxing Association. That's not something I get involved with. I simply make him ready so he can perform well for the audience and other events. Regarding Roach being Gervonta's next title defense in August, Ford stated, "As I mentioned, we just focused on the fight in front of us, and that's the fight in front of us." However, it is unclear if Roach would use their prior experiences as a springboard to deliver his first defeat to Gervonta Davis.
Hey, that's a good fight. That's a real good fight. I would love to see that. That's a scrappy. That'd be a scrappy fight.
Hey, give me how you compare the styles.
I got Shushu boxing a little bit more than Roach, but Roach can box, but to me he's more of a.
How your balance felt like?
Even though this wasn't one of his hardest battles in his career, fans were curious as to why he was giving it his all. He certainly faced more formidable opponents in his battles with Ryan Garcia and Isaac Cruz than this one, but he appears to be exerting more effort than he has in the past. According to his announcement last month, it might be because this is his final year of boxing, and he likely wants to give it his all and end the sport on a high note while the applause is at its highest. Tank was shown performing push-ups, stretches, and other body workouts in the video. Throughout his career, the lightweight world champion has missed weight quite a few times. And to prevent what transpired in his previous fight, where he was jogging and trying to gain weight while on the way, forcing him to miss his grand arrival,
boxing a little bit more than Roach, but Roach can box, but to me he's more of an inside fighter. He fight better on the inside.
And Lamont Roach, Lamont Roach is gritty, man. Lamont Roach is gritty. What do you think? Tell me if I'm right about this or not. Best dude at 130 is O'Shaquie Foster.
I don't know about that. I like Foster. He's tough though, but
following his body workouts, the world champion tested his striking power by donning mitts and a punching bag. He then sparred with an unidentified opponent for a little while before taking a little rest. Taking it all out on March 1st, he added, turning to face the camera. Gervonta Davis is already working on his conditioning and is nearly ready for his title defense, according to Boxing News 24. He is also starting the process of retiring, which promoter Leonard Ellerby stated he understood in an interview with Plaz for the Laboratory. Remember to enable alerts so you can be informed when we publish high-quality stuff like this.